Insane sugar daddy moments on paternity court.
Yeah, I got a good sugar daddy. My sugar daddy been there for 10 years, have never ever left my side. I would never leave him.
Calling the other guy daddy, I miss you, and I want to eat your candy cane.
He going to, no, I don't know.
Well, there's so many guys that you cannot remember.
What does one do exactly when one party claims to have been tricked into getting pregnant? Well, that's exactly what the plaintiff claimed to have been done by Mr. Lennon, who obviously denied being the father. Well, ain't this an explosive start to this case, huh?
I want to first off start saying he shouldn't deny my baby when my baby looked just like him. So he was the one to plant to have me pregnant, Your Honor.
He wanted a baby?
Yes.
Tell me.
He told me that he wanted to have a child, which was biologically his, because he have two that's not his.
So this sordid love affair, or whatever you want to call it, began with an online encounter. Looking for love or lust, the site served its purpose. Baby daddy admitted he wanted a relationship, so it was hard to resist the alluring baby mama. These two were quite the pair, aren't they?
I had a 2-year-old child that passed in my life, and that kind of hurt. If I wanted to meet somebody that was kind of good. So when I got up with her, it was like a simple point was like, you know, I wanted to see what kind of lifestyle she was.
But did you not ask
But
for
also
sex?
too, when we had sex when we was coming down the road.
Cue the doubts and suspicions, folks, as the plaintiff revealed that Mr. Lennon wanted a baby, even though he already had 2 of those. Oh yeah, she thought he was looking for love, while he claimed she was after a sugar daddy. Uh-oh.
We did have sex the first time.
But
it was
also, can you
in
also...
the strength of him wanting to be my boyfriend, which I quote unquote my sugar daddy.
That's not true at all.
Your sugar daddy?
My sugar daddy.
Oh no. Your Honor,
Hold on, wait. What's the age
daddy.
difference here? 42?
Yes, sir.
And you
27.
So 15 years.
So the age difference was so not doing these guys any favors either. As their tumultuous relationship unfolds further, it's revealed things got steamy quickly after meeting online. But Sugar Daddy still refused to acknowledge his potential fatherhood responsibilities, citing past paternity issues.
I told her about what happened and how I was hurt 2 times off of a blood test.
My sister
and I'm not going through that mess again.
So you've had paternity issues in the past,
yes,
paternity
Your Honor,
situations.
I signed the birth certificate. That's his stupid stuff.
But you signed the birth
certificate.
want to get the
I did not sign no birth certificate.
So why you tell me that?
I did not tell you that.
Man, each revelation was knocking it right out of the park. Moving on, the confusion escalated as Miss McDaniel claimed Mr. Lennon was very much present during the window of conception. And yep, she brought out the calendar as proof. Now we were talking. Oh, the desperation was palpable.
In July, the doctor said you were 4 weeks and 5 days pregnant. That was during the window of the time you say you were sleeping with Mr. Lennon.
I was with Mr. Lennon the whole time.
You were at his house?
At his house.
We did not have sex every
Constantly being intimate with each other.
Not every day. No, we did not have sex
every
like
day.
That.
Next up was the time for the birth certificate, a symbol of legal parentage, to shine. However, it became a contentious point as the defendant denied ever signing one. And the witnesses' testimonies? Well, they just added further fuel to the already raging paternity fire. Oh, and the drama continues.
I live across the street, I smoke cigarettes, and I watches her.
She's telling a lie.
Okay, no, I'm not lying, baby.
That's a lie.
Miss McDaniels jumped in and out of vehicles all while she was at our home.
And that's a lie, Your
Then
Honor.
she called and told the boy that she was pregnant. If he's the baby father, the baby will get taken care of.
Well, the witnesses surely served their purpose, and more. However, it appears the baby daddy was a no-show on the day of birth. He gave a justification, not so convincing though. However, he asked for the baby pictures. Now that was an interesting twist. Fishy indeed.
So have you met Kimari yet?
No, Your Honor, I have not.
Never. Have you seen a picture of the baby?
I've seen plenty of pictures.
He has inboxed me in a DM and asked for pictures. Then he's all on my Instagram, like all my posts I post with my baby. Why are you all up on my Instagram if you deny my child?
Well, the timing could not be better, and the results were in. The stakes could not be higher, and the courtroom was bustling with emotions. Let's see whether the whole online fiasco was worth it or not in the end.
Mr. Lennon, you are not the father.
That's right.
Like I told you. I told you.
You sure that's right, Your Honor?
Yes, we're positive.
Maurice was the uncle.
Defendants can lie, plaintiffs can lie, but the DNA,
Don't lie.
it doesn't lie.
In a world where love takes unexpected twists, poor Mr. Williams found himself legally bound to the plaintiff and claimed it was all a ploy. The suspense was building as Miss Vaughn aimed to prove that Mr. Williams was her guy. But there's a twist that could turn his case upside down. Let's go then, folks.
The only thing he has done was buy 2 cases of diapers and furnish 2 outfits when he was a newborn. And he watched him while I was at work for a couple of times, but it's not enough of a month full of
Your
Sundays.
Honor, one, you can't put a price on how much a man can support his child.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
So these guys got married due to an unexpected pregnancy, and now they're on the fast track to divorce town. But baby daddy has got folks on campus whispering that the baby might not be his. And the chaos began.
Miss Vaughn, were you in a relationship, a committed relationship when you got pregnant?
Yes,
you were just dating?
In a committed relationship.
You were boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yes.
You thought this baby was yours?
Yes, Your Honor.
But now you have doubt?
Yes, she's presented with a lot of doubt.
Now, how did she end up pregnant? That's the million-dollar question, right? It all began when they were dating and, well, things got complicated. Or so they say. The grandma shed light on whose idea this was.
Then the next step was for them to get married because her grandchild, she never said their child, her grandchild was not coming into this world a bastard. We realized that she was the one driving the bus on this relationship, and along the way I've tried to realize who's been pregnant, who got pregnant by Brian.
All right, so it appears this grand idea came from the baby mama's side of the family. Safe to say, confusion and desperation set right in, and were reigning supreme. Who's responsible for this little one, huh?
You should have taught him not to have sex until he was married.
Miss Boyd, stop. Why are you telling her she should have taught her son not have sex?
Thank you.
When your daughter's having sex with him. Both of them
Correct.
were engaging in activities they were not prepared to see through.
Moving on, the baby daddy sincerely believed he was just a pawn in Miss Vaughn's money-making game, and that a secret sugar daddy was the one pulling the strings. Yep, the drama got even more intense when Facebook evidence was revealed as well.
Who is this person?
It's her Papa Bear. That's her nickname for him. I've retrieved evidence from her Facebook account.
And you say she calls him Papa Bear.
Miss Vaughn says, I think he should get a DNA test. And then Papa Bear says, see, Lil Connor will be calling me daddy by next month.
Oh, things were so not looking good for the baby mama. Hard to get out of this sticky situation. But instead of getting out of this mess, the plaintiff took an even messier turn. Guess what kind of relationship she was in with the said sugar daddy now?
We are an intimate relationship.
She's still married though, and he's the father.
Oh, where's that?
You get it from your mama.
No, you get your behavior from your mother because
but we've
you
never
all
been
don't
on
know
31st
anything.
Street.
Hold on.
Let's get it correct,
Hold
sir.
on. You're separated from
Legally.
Mr. Williams, but you are intimate with this Papa Bear guy.
Well, the grandma pushed the marriage onto these guys, knowing the full extent of the mess this whole situation has produced. And she was still standing by her suggestion and defending it as well.
You encouraged them to get married.
I wish that I wouldn't have dogged him like I did because it drew her closer to him. If I would have listened to everyone else and said, no, just let it ride, because she's gonna smarten up and she's gonna ditch the loser. But I kept on saying, he's a project, he's a project.
Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Yep, the results. Who's the baby daddy? The answer was in that envelope and ready to be revealed. Let's roll the dice on the paternity, shall we?
Mr. Williams, you are the father. You're gonna have to raise that child together, be responsible for him, care for him. Because of whatever your doubt was, that's time he's lost when he could have had the love of his father.
Miss Lee decided to take Mr. Green to court, all to prove one thing, that he's the father of her 3-year-old son, Kingston. But he was not singing that tune and claimed to know who the real baby daddy was.
Mr. Green has been denying my child since day one. He has never came around like he's supposed to. I have to call. I have to do so much to get this man into my child's life.
I try to reach out to her several times. She don't want to meet me in the middle. She always give me some runaround excuse after excuse. For, you know what I mean? It don't make sense.
Safe to say, their relationship was a roller coaster of denial and drama. He's been denying it since day one, and she's been trying to drag him into her child's life. But wait, it gets spicier. There's a girlfriend in the mix, and the accusations of breaking them up start flying. Oh yeah.
Me and her was talking, it was back and forth. We was never in no steady relationship. She knew I had a girlfriend already. She tried to break me up from that, and I told her
he moved into my home. So if I try to break him up, why are you in my home?
She knew I had a girlfriend. She even tried to call
He knew he had a girlfriend, so that's his problem.
She knew too.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Like...
Get ready, people. A whole lot of drama was heading straight your way. It appears Mommy seemed sure about who the baby daddy was, and yet she engaged in questionable posts all over social media. And Mr. Green had receipts.
Is it wrong to have choices on men and blank all on the first day just in case the D ain't good?
Oh, that's a question. That was recently.
Raise of hands. Who got the good D?
I want to know who got it.
Come on now.
I'm single.
I'm single. I
want to know who got it.
Fast forward, Mama found herself pregnant. And when she broke the joyous news, Dad's response was a classic, "It ain't mine." But there's a twist. Mommy Dearest had another at her beck and call. Oh dear.
I had came out of my sugar daddy's car one day.
So you do have a sugar daddy?
Yeah, I got me a good sugar daddy. My sugar daddy been there for 10 years, have never ever left my side. I would never leave him. He come way before this. You know, he might want some pictures.
Now, the real head scratcher was here. Why the defendant didn't ask for a paternity test sooner? He claimed he did, but the plaintiff got a different story. No shock there. It's a game of he said, she said, and no one seems to be backing down. Well, the confusion was reaching a fever pitch.
You admittedly were sleeping with her unprotected.
Yes, I was, John.
But you thought she was also having sex with other people because of the way you knew her to be, very open about sex and...
I'm very open.
Why have you not asked for a paternity test before?
As the argument rages on, it's clear that both parties were playing a power game, and poor Kingston just wants a papa play in his life. Miss Lee's determination to break the cycle of fatherlessness was palpable. But would it be enough to bring Mr. Green around, though?
When he was first born, she was saying, she did admit that she slept with someone. After he was born, she kept asking me, oh, let me see your baby pictures. Let me get your baby pictures, trying to compare them. And once she got the baby pictures, that's when she felt like she was 100%.
Bingo.
She was
Don't they look like the same
sure.
baby? That's him in the blue.
But once she seen the
that's
picture, that's when she felt more confident.
That's him.
It's D-Day for the DNA results. Miss Lee's persistence was fueled by her upbringing, and she's desperate for Kingston to have a father. Time to see whether what she claimed indeed turns out to be true in the end, or not.
Mr. Green, you are the father.
Told you! I told you! Look at him! Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. We ain't got nothing to say, do you? No apology? No nothing?
I apologize. I'm sorry.
That's who you need to apologize to.
A web of drama and doubt surround the paternity of two innocent children. Yup, a whole lot was at stake here when Mr. Wilson straight up denied fathering the two kids. Get ready for a roller coaster of emotions as we unravel this paternity mystery.
When we first got together, at the time she had the baby, she was a liar, cheating all the time, had multiple guys running out of the house, all on the internet. I mean, you know, go to the apartment, everybody talking about who she messing with.
So you say these kids aren't yours?
No, they're not mine.
These kids is definitely his.
Once upon a time, in a land of age gaps and indiscretions, Mr. Wilson and Miss Butler found themselves entangled in a relationship so complex. It's like something out of a telenovela. Grab your popcorn and join this circus of romantic chaos.
You are 48, she is 25.
Yes.
Are you sure this is not a situation where you may feel like Miss Butler is out there doing her thing when really she's not because of this age difference?
No. Age will make you.
Jerome, write that down for me. We're gonna remember that note.
Okay.
In a tale packed with lies, deceit, and multiple partners, the plaintiff vehemently denied being the father in this situation. The web of betrayal, fueled by a history of cheating, leaves both parties feeling hurt. Can love survive this storm?
Calling the other guy daddy, I miss you, and I want to eat your candy cane.
What?
I remember everything.
He going to, no, I don't know.
Yes, I remember everything, ma'am.
Oh, a candy cane.
Candy cane.
I don't remember all that.
Well, there's so many guys in there, so you cannot remember.
I don't remember all that.
Let's turn back the clock to the conception of baby Zariah. By the looks of it, a lunch break visit to the mama's workplace turned into a dramatic revelation about the baby daddy. Discover how the news of the pregnancy hit him like a ton of bricks.
She was just talking about she missed a period, so I kept on telling her, go get the pregnancy test, go get the pregnancy test. So she finally got it, came to find out she was pregnant. So I always, in the back of my mind, I knew the baby wasn't mine. But I thought it was so many different men.
What do you say? Do you remember that day, Miss Butler?
Yes, I said the baby is definitely his.
Amidst doubts and blurred lines, the journey to uncover the truth becomes increasingly desperate. Who was the real father? And can they pinpoint the exact moment when love turned into a tangled web of confusion and regret? We shall see about that.
So she gave the baby's first name. Now, at the time, I thought it could be my baby, so I told her the last name would be Wilson, my last name. So the next day, I go to the hospital, because they took the baby to another hospital. Come back here, go back there, the lady gives us our paperwork, it's back Butler. So I asked them, like, how's the baby
Because
Butler?
you've been denying the baby, that's why.
Moving on, the whole situation still appeared to be vaguer than ever. However, Mama was sure that he was her guy. And her justification? Well, she seemed to be focused on quantity rather than reality. Delusional much?
You'd have sex with him 5,000 times and have sex with another man one time, and that one man be the father.
We always end up stopping, or we either use the condom. So I know for sure, I'm not thinking that.
You wouldn't have
the kids is his, so there's no other possible father.
The moment of truth has arrived. The courtroom was busted with anticipation, and the truth was ready to come out. Who will the results point to in this paternity puzzle? Let's find out, shall we?
Mr. Wilson are not the father.
Told you.
Are not?
Yeah, she said it. I'm not the daddy.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That's not crazy. Yeah, she's not my baby. You better go make some phone calls.